hang on. It's doing something. Okay, so according to what I'm looking at right now, and everything's backwards
I
now.
can hear you.
Okay, so you can.
I can hear you. You're not echoing. You're good.
Okay, so I'm wondering if. Hold on, I gotta adjust this camera. It's bugging me. Okay, well, I got some piss poor lighting. Can you hear me now? Are you hearing me? But is it like crystal clear? Is it crystal? So maybe this microphone is working, and maybe I'm not using the microphone there, which is exactly what I wanted to do. So now I need to figure
Yeah,
out.
you're perfect. You're perfect.
Okay, so I need to find out first of all. All right, so it's saying webcam test live now. Oh, okay. So it's showing up correctly on the live feed, but it's showing up backwards. Ooh, I like this. Okay. So, all right. Well, we've got two people watching. Now, if I could just figure out how to get it so that I can post the link on Facebook. Post the link on Facebook. I don't care. There's got to be somebody out there in Facebook land. Let's try this. Control Z. Let's see if this is working. Control E. Post. Okay. So I'm guessing I'm still live. Oh, wow. I hear myself three times. All right. So that link worked. Okay. Lovely. Okay. Uh, let me see. Live control room. What's that? Oh, that's me right now. All right. I want to get rid of that video there because that's just bugging me. Um, let's see. Most recent. Okay. Assist me with a test. Okay, so this very first live broadcast is not going to be at all interesting, I'm sure. Just trying to work out all the kinks with the equipment and whatnot. Um, I am trying to figure out a way to get the lighting so that it's better. Not so much to light my face, but I'd really like to have my brand new logo showing. That doesn't seem to do. Oh, there we go. Okay, so I'll have to make some adjustments on the fly here because, well, that's how I roll. Yeah. KBE, how you doing today? Okay, so there is a little bit of a delay, which is typical for a live stream. So I just put a message out there on Facebook to see if there's anybody still awake. It's 12:15 a.m. Oh, my sister liked it. Okay. Can you get on YouTube? Okay, so there. I just sent the link in a what do you call it? A message on my wall here. See if I can get my sister to get on YouTube and see if she can see me. Just trying to make sure that I got this. I'm getting. I can't even talk. It's quarter after midnight. I'm kind of derpa right now, but that's all right. This first stream, I probably won't save the video, but I am going to use it for testing purposes only. During my normal, once I get into a normal routine of doing live streaming, I will not be smoking during said sessions. But for tonight, it's on. Ooh, I've got 4 people watching now. Okay. Can you see and hear me clearly now? Well, how about just clearly? Okay, so I'm chatting with my sister. It's actually only like, oh, an error occurred.
Bye-bye.
Oh, what happened? What the French toast? Well, according to that, I'm still live. Oh, Bronwyn could hear me. For whatever reason, the stream died. I'm working on it now. Okay, so I'm not using XSplit Broadcaster. I'm going strictly straight through fucking YouTube. Oh, sorry, language. My bad. Oh, Floyd's on. Billy's on. I've only got one. All right, so you stopped. Let's find out what's going on. Stay on page. I don't care. Pick up your shit. You ain't gonna hurt me, woman. You don't even know. All right, let's see. I'm still. Oh, Vicky says she can still see and hear me. Oops. Okay, so why did that? I don't get it. I don't know what all anybody's hearing, to be honest with you. Okay, let's see. All right, sorry guys.
I hear you too when I refresh it.
Refresh it. Oh, something must have crashed. Oh, there I am. Oh, whoops. They heard that. So everybody actually just heard that verbal threat from my wife. Okay, so, well, I don't know who all's watching now. I think Vicky's still watching. Uh, I know Billy Floyd was on you Facebook and saw my post. So big shout out to Billy Floyd. Uh, hell of a musician and one hell of a model American. I stole one of his lines. Sorry, he'll have to come to Maine to kick my ass for it. So, um, Vicky, if you can still hear me and see me, if this is still live, go ahead and just type in the comment section here on Facebook to let me know that I'm still going. Hmm? Oh, okay, she's still going. I don't know what you're talking about. Off to the side. Oh, oh, okay. Hi, Bronwyn. Thanks for logging into the YouTube channel and helping me out here. I'm completely stupid when it comes to all of that. And it's funny because I actually work in an IT department at a local campus here. And, for an IT guy, I'm pretty dumb. Okay. All right. Thank you, Vicky, for responding to my request. So I actually have four people watching me, my wife, Bronwyn, and my sister, Vicky. I'm trying to do a I'm trying to multitask here and I'm not doing so good at it. Okay, so now I got to read some comments cuz I had to point out to me that there was comments on the YouTube channel. Sign into YouTube comment. Bronwyn, you're good still. Hello. Okay. You're hearing it 3 times. Okay. So, yeah, this probably won't be a regular thing. Um, long day on the water. Okay. Well, thank you very much, Vicky, and congratulations on all the fish that you caught. I love you, and I'll talk to you soon. Oh, and as our late brother used to say, "So." Okay, so now we're down to, well, it still says four watching. I think there might be somebody in here watching that's hiding or something. Okay, so now I got three watching. Someone is lurking. Ooh, it went back up to four. That's weird. Oh well, I'm cool with that. It's this really is nothing more than a test video, test stream, whatever you want to call it. I just wanted to see if I could do it. Um, what do you think of this logo right here, Bronwyn? Uh, Terry MacGyver made that logo. He designed it for me, and I printed it out and stuck it on my microphone. Me too. I thought it was very creative. And I know for a fact Terry's not watching this now because it's probably like 4 o'clock in the morning over in Ireland. Even though you can't really read on the microphone what it says underneath the KBE, obviously anybody that knows it's Kevin B Entertainment. I'm not really good with speaking on a microphone or being in front of a camera. I'm usually behind the camera, but I got to try something different and get out of my comfort zone a little bit, I guess. I see, like I watch Josh Bauer. Shout out to Josh Bauer at J Bauer Art. Um, I watch him whenever I can, and uh, usually he tries to keep his videos at like maybe a half hour. And anytime I go and get in the room and start talking to him, it usually ends up going for well over an hour. And I mean, he does his painting, and there's not he doesn't do a lot of talking when he's painting. Although when he's doing it on YouTube, he tries to interact. He spends a lot of time interacting with me and everybody else that's in the room with him. And this delay on the sound is kind of throwing me off. So sorry about that. I'm hoping to be able to expand this whole project and do some promotions for people that, even if they're not from around here, if I can get people to send me video clips and stuff for like commercials or whatever that they'd like me to do, I can do that kind of stuff too. Um, that's really what Kevin B Entertainment is all about. Um, I typically shoot my own video and then edit it and whatnot. But I can take other people's video sources if they can figure out a way to get them to me. I can edit those and make something out of them. Um, ask Billy and Jay. I did that. I actually did that with. I didn't do it for them. I did it for fun, but um, I created a video for the song "Wasting Time" or "Waste My Time" was how it was first introduced to me. Billy keeps switching it up, so I'm not sure what they're calling the song now. Thank you, Bronwyn. I appreciate that very much. I'll take all the subscribers I can get right now. I don't want to pull any content from the Blood Productions Plus YouTube channel. Um, I have one video on that channel that I can't for the life of me understand why, but it's had like almost 3,000 views. I might have been 1,500 of those views. I don't know. It was about the Halloween decorations that we had out on our front lawn when we were living in Tennessee. And I threw some Halloween theme song to it. And yeah, I couldn't believe it had almost 3,000 views. I was like, wow. Um, yeah, that would be Bronwyn. That's on my Blood Productions Plus channel. I actually thought about deleting that channel when I started this new channel up, but I think I'm going to keep that other one around because uh, I have a lot of videos on there and a lot of videos about my car project. Um, and I don't know if I've gone into too much detail on exactly what I'm planning on doing with the car project, but I may have. I'm sure I've at some point mentioned in the other videos what I'm planning on doing. Um, and I might continue on the videos for the car project on this channel. I know I've got like 64 subscribers on the Blood Productions Plus. I nonprofits or stuff isn't exciting. Hey, you'd be surprised at exactly how exciting nonprofit stuff can be, Bronwyn. Don't undersell yourself. I mean, I don't have the most exciting content on the planet myself. Most of my videos are just kind of random. I got a lot of music videos and stuff like that. Um, and if you need, oh, look at that. I can actually see that right in front of me and I don't have to look off to the side. And this looks prettier. That one doesn't look so pretty. Huh. Okay. Now I can read. Oh, I know. Jerry Springer episode. I like that. Okay. So there's, oh, you're still watching me too, aren't you, honey? And I'd like to thank you for your support. I can't wait for Nana's Garden to get up and going so that I can. You'll be one of my sponsors, and I'll be one of your sponsors, and we'll sponsor each other, and then it'll just be that much better in the world. Um, so yeah, I don't want to spend a whole lot of time talking. Oh, she is an awesome wife, Bronwyn. She's put up with my shenanigans for 17 years, and I don't know how she's done it. She's crazy. So yeah, I'm not really sure what else to yammer on about. I'm just kind of running my gums and not really having much purpose behind it other than just seeing how much YouTube will tolerate of my ugly mug. Jen. Oh, look at that. Hi, Jen. How are you? Ooh, geez. I see you in the chat. Yeah, have a smoke. We're running late tonight. Chips, smokes, and coffee. Let's go. As Ricky would say, chips and smokes, chips and smokes. Oh, that's right. It is St. Patrick's Day today. Oh, I forgot. Today, it's not yesterday. It's today now. So happy St. Patrick's Day to everybody. Have another cigarette, Kevin. That'll do you good. So yeah, once I'm done live streaming, I'm probably most likely going to delete this video. Now that I've figured out I don't have to use XSplit Broadcaster to do it, I can actually use my webcam and use this microphone. I should be good to go. Hey Jen, I'm wondering, what do you think of this logo that Terry MacGyver made me? Hold on, I'll see if I can get it closer to the camera. Yeah, but then you can't see it. The light's screwing with it. There, I'll just do that. I promise I'm going to get a more streamlined setup here pretty soon. Let's see. I have the grouch on my jammies, so I'm wearing green. So there. Oh, I don't think I'm wearing green yet. Hey, get off me, lady. I'm Irish. Isn't that enough? No, that's a pellet stove in behind us. And yeah, I plan on not having all those lights on the shelf in the back. I just wanted I have to plug in the whole thing in order to get the on air light to come on. See a sneaky kitty. Oh yeah, that's our. Well, which one we've got? I think Butters. Butters is laying by the heater, and Fievel is the one over there mowing down. He's like our 14-pound Maine Coon cat. Well, I might as well just let you take over the talk show because you're like saying stuff just before I do, and I don't catch it until after I've opened my mouth. Yeah, uh, I named him Fievel because, well, I thought it was ironic. Just the fact that he's a cat and I gave him a mouse name. I suppose I could have called him Jerry, but Fievel's cuter. How old is Fievel? Yeah, Fievel's 17 years old. He's getting up there. I don't really need to watch that over here on this screen. I have dual monitors on my computer, and I'm confusing myself looking back and forth to the other screen because I've got my YouTube channel up on the other screen too, just so I can monitor stuff. But I don't need to because now I can see it right in front of me. Holy sweet lovin', 21 years old. Must be an inside cat. No need to apologize for typos. I can barely type myself. Like I said, I don't do the in front of the camera stuff very well. I'm not. I don't find myself to be photogenic at all. The drums are up in the drum room. I can't seem to do like Facebook Live or anything with my phone because well I guess I've got a smartphone, but it's kind of dumb. But yeah, my drums are up in the drum room, and uh, they're way too big for me to get all in one screen in one screenshot. Oh yeah, that's Booger. I'm guessing you're talking about that cat over there next to the litter box. Well, Bronwyn, I do have to say that I'm definitely my own worst critic. Um, I've been called a lot of things, but I don't think cocky's ever been one of them. Jen, I've played in quite a few different bands. Usually, the problem that we ran into was people were either too busy getting drunk or high or jacked up on something, and it just things never really worked out. I'm keeping you awake. Well, not sure whether I should say I'm sorry or you're welcome. Well, well, thanks. I don't know how entertaining I really am, but as long as somebody's finding me entertaining, I guess that's a good thing, right? So I want to show you guys something because, well, we're here and I figured I could at least show you something of interest or something that's somewhat interesting, more interesting than I am. Um, this is a 3D printout of the voice box. I don't know if are you guys familiar with the show Knight Rider? I'm talking the original 1982 Knight Rider. Well, that microphone works real good. I'm impressed. Finally got the echo thing to go away. Okay, well, yep, I am old. Yeah, I know the feeling. I know that feeling. So, um, at the university I work at, they had a what's called a maker space that was set up at one point, and they had gotten a brand new 3D printer. So one of the faculty members was looking for things to print out, to play around with and uh, get to know the equipment. So I was talking to him one day, and I asked him if there was any way that he could print out a voice box for kit or car. Well, I found the program that he needed in order to do it. So I gave him all that information, and he printed out quite a few. He printed out one like this. Let's see if I can get that so that's not so bright. Okay, so that's the clear version. And this isn't the actual size. This was just one of the test models that he did. This one here came out real crappy. The words in here didn't come out good at all. So I haven't done anything with that one. Um, then he printed me out another one, and I did some painting to it. My daughter helped me with the original uh, painting of the stuff on there, but I touched it up. So this is what the car voice box should look like. I'm gonna see if I can get it closer. I know that light can be bright. I want to see if I can get the uh, the wording in here is a little wonky, but it's better than that first one. Hey, you never mind talking about the glare off my bald head, lady. That's my solar panel for my positivity machine. Okay. Okay. So that's that's the painted car voice box. He also printed me out. He printed one out for me that's actual size of what the voice box is. I haven't dared to paint it or anything yet. I'm waiting to see what I can do with that. But you can see the size difference. This is this is the actual size of what it's supposed to be on the dash, and the black one is like a very much smaller version. Um, he also printed me out a solid white. See, these are kind of transparent. Um, and then he printed me out a huge one that was all just solid white, and I've got to finish painting that. I'm going to use that as a display piece out in Car's garage bay. Um, and I know, well, I don't know. I assume that there aren't too many ladies that are awful interested in what I'm doing with a 82 Trans Am. But if there is any interest, you can go to the Blood Productions Plus YouTube channel and you can watch all of those exciting videos of the work that's being done. We're completely stripping him down. Um, there's not the only thing inside the car right now is the steering column. There is no interior, no dash, nothing like that is left. No shifter, no pedals. It's when I say stripped, it's stripped. I've got to do some patching. There's holes in the floorboards and whatnot, so um, I got to get that stuff taken care of. Ooh, a '69 Buick LeSabre convertible. Nice. I don't think I've ever seen a LeSabre convertible. Have you? You know, our audience can't hear your head shake. Oh, you don't want to be part of the show? All right, fine. Be that way. Oh, you just rather type. Well, there, they could hear that. Huge mint green. So I've got a question for you, Bronwyn and Jen. Are you guys actually hearing? Because like I can hear myself through my speakers. It's like repeating what I'm saying. Are you hearing that too? I wonder if I take off the glasses. There goes the holy loving. Now it's a bit blurry now, but let's see. I don't have it anymore. But beach car. Okay, so Jen says no. So you're not hearing the audio that's coming back at me. That's good. That's always good. The delay throws me off really bad. Seems like I take off my glasses and the bags under my eyes stick out more. Well, you can be a guest on my show, you know. Jumpins. You just hear, I just hear you. Oh, so you don't hear me and me, just me. Okay, I got to read through the messages here, make sure I'm not falling behind. Wave, Mia. There she is. You're funny. Oh, good times. You know, if you would have asked me even a year ago if I was gonna broadcast live on YouTube sitting at my desk, I probably would have told you, hell no. It's a crazy world I live in. Like I said, I'm used to being behind the camera, not so much in front of it, but I figured I'm gonna have to start getting in front of the camera a little bit more so that uh, my supporters and my viewers get familiar with my ugly mug. So I haven't seen Bronwyn post in a while. I must have put her to sleep. There she is. Isn't she beautiful? She's beautiful. Shut up. You're beautiful. You don't talk smack about my wife, lady. I'll tell her and she'll kick your butt. She can take you, you know. So, Jen, I'll ask you because I'm seeing that you're the most active one. Um, oh, hold on. So, what is the goals of this company? Well, I shoot and produce videos. I do VHS to DVD transfers. Um, I want to. I want to get ideas from people who are watching, so I know what they'd like to see. If it's something that that I can pull off, um, I, I do a lot of music stuff. Um, right now, I got to kind of hold off on playing around with any more Kitchen Killer stuff because I know they're in the process of coming out with a album and whatnot, and I don't want to adversely affect that in any way, shape, or form. Um, and I know I'm not part of the group. That's why they're called an acoustic duo, not an acoustic duo plus a drummer. I think that would be considered a band. Although I guess two guys playing guitars uh, could be considered a band too. So, Jen, I was going to ask you, do you by any chance happen to have any ideas on what you'd like to see me put out for content? I'm just trying to get some random ideas. I thought about doing like a talk show thing, but I live clear up in the butt crack of Canada, so there's really not many people to interview, and I'm not really set up for that kind of thing. At least not with this particular setup. I don't have a setup like Billy and Jay with a phone that I can't afford a smartphone. I got to deal with a dumb smartphone. So yeah, you could if you have any ideas on things that you think I might be able to pull off on YouTube and Facebook Live and whatnot, Jen. You can either tell me here or interview the deer. Mm. Yeah, but see, then I'd have to go outside, and I don't know if you're aware of this or not, but uh, we're still under like what? What did we get for snow this year? Like 13 feet
16 feet.
or 16 feet, something like that. I probably stand a better chance of interviewing the bear that broke in on our porch last spring. But then he'd probably eat me. That must be what I'm hearing is the other channel going. See, I'm going to mute that. There, I bet now I can't hear myself. There, I eliminated that, but now it's kind of throwing me off. Show off Maine. Well, I could probably show off parts of Easton. That's kind of a small town, though. Um, we're not down. A lot of people, including Mainers, believe it or not, uh, think that Maine ends at Bangor. Oh, speaking of cats, Jen, I don't know. I keep having to point back to the Blood Productions Plus YouTube channel, but I did a video with the Dukes of Hazard theme song, and I was chasing my cats around with my remote control General Lee. I put my Geek Pro camera on it and was chasing them around and made a video out of that. If that's something that you'd find interesting, you can also check that out. I have all kinds of off the wall videos on there that people probably are wondering why the hell would this guy put this kind of video up? Well, because I'm an off the wall kind of guy. I've been going for 44 minutes already. Yeah. Note to self: do not take a nap at 5 o'clock and wake up at 9 o'clock, and then proceed to drink. That's right, coffee. Yeah, I think Bronwyn uh, passed out and logged off because there's only three watching now, and that's me, you, and Jen. I want to go back and see if Jen said she was leaving, or not Jen, but Bronwyn. No, the last comment from Bronwyn was very cool. Uh, so that must have been with the Knight Rider stuff that I was doing. Local artists. We don't have we don't have much. At the college that I work at, we do have an art department, and the students do a lot of artwork there and whatnot. But some of the stuff I've seen come out of that art department's rather questionable for content wise. Um, Plus, I'd have to carry all this stuff around and try to trying to do stuff live is really what's becoming more and more difficult to do with the limited equipment that I have as far as a stupid smartphone. So uh, my other videos and stuff would end up having to be recorded and edited and whatnot. Um, one of my musician friends did suggest that I interview different bands and whatnot, but we really don't have a lot of out in the public bands to speak of. Um, we live in a very, what's that word, rural area. Um, the biggest things happening around here are the potholes that are eating the cars. Eh, Even Alaska's more entertaining, really, than Easton. I um, so yeah, it's kind of difficult when it comes to that. As far as getting people, and I've got to get a little bit more, a little bit better set up with a space, a designated space to do the to do interviews and whatnot. Um, but that is definitely not a bad idea. That might be something that I get into later on down the road. Um, I At this point, I'm thinking that really my best bet would be to stick to the making of music videos and stuff. But I really only play the drums, despite what some of the videos on my other YouTube channel might depict. I don't play guitar, and I don't play bass. Well, I can play a little bit of bass, and I don't typically. I don't know how to play a keyboard. I'm pretty sure, Jen, that you've heard the version of June that I worked on. Um, that's probably the extent of my keyboard playing. I am so much not a keyboard player that I actually had to write the notes onto the keys with a marker so I knew which keys I was touching. Um, and even when I did that video, I was going strictly by what Jay was playing, and I had to figure it out listening to the notes that he was playing because I don't know how to play guitar. I did have a buddy of mine take a look at the video and gave me beginning notes that he knew I was playing, um, that he knew that Jay was playing, um, but they didn't sound the same on the keyboard. So then I just kind of more or less figured it out on my own from there. Um, Boy, I know how I'm starting to know how uh, Josh feels when he goes live. Trying to think of stuff to say that's interesting. I'm having a hard time with that. That's why I need to have you on the show. I'm gonna just try pulling off maybe a total of an hour. I don't know. I'll tell you one idea that I have that I'd really love to be able to do is Mia's a phenomenal cook, and I'd love to do a cooking show, but she's very self conscious and um, won't she won't work with me on that just yet. I think I'll eventually get her to change her mind, but we'll see. Woodwork or crafts. Um, it's really unfortunate that the Amish refuse to allow themselves to be recorded because I would love to actually record the process of them building a shed. We've got some Amish folks that live like 3 4 houses down, um, and they build sheds. The invisible cook. But yeah, I'd like to. I wish I could videotape them building a shed and show the process, but I don't think they'd let me on their property with a camera. And we don't. Unfortunately, we don't have any like uh, what do they call it, comet cons around here. The closest one is like 200 miles away, and I'm not going to travel 200 miles to go down uh, to walk around a comic con. That's, I mean, don't get me wrong. The people that do the cosplaying thing, good for them. They're I love seeing some of their outfits, but I'm just not personally what I would consider a cosplayer, unless you consider dressing up like Jason Voorhees, being a cosplayer. Then I guess I'm a piss poor one at that at best. Yeah, so now I'm just sitting here with that awkward silence because I don't. I'm running out of stuff to say. Kevin Bunny. Kevin Bunny. What did I say? Kevin Bunny. I'm trying to understand that. Sorry, Jen. I'm a little dumb. I don't get Kevin Bunny. Oh no, I'm not dressing up like a bunny. If that's what you're talking about, you could make snowmen. Speaking of snowmen, that's something I should probably shoot some video of before the rest of him falls apart. Um, at the hospital in the next town over, they built this giant snowman, and it was so big that they had to use a crane to get the midsection and the head up on top of the big snowball. And I went by it yesterday on my way home from work, and his nose fell off. They had one of those big ass traffic cones for a nose, and it fell off. It's starting to warm up a little bit here, so I could be a snowman, I suppose. Happy birthday! Wasn't that Frosty the Snowman? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think if if I'm gonna do something like that, Jen, I think I'm gonna wait until like summertime and then into the fall because it's not pretty around here in the wintertime. Uh, I mean, yeah, if you're lucky enough to get out into a like an open field where it hasn't been uh, what's the word I'm looking for? Destroyed by humans or crapped up by humans. Yeah, you can get some beautiful scenery. Um, but locally, it just, especially right now, it's getting close to the mud season and everything just looks like crap. So that probably wouldn't be a good depiction of the state of Maine, but the way life should be, brown and poopy. But yeah, and in the fall time, the foliage up here is insanely beautiful. And I'll be able to do um, better videos like what you're talking about once once I get a drone. I plan on investing in a drone eventually someday when I encounter the kind of money that it's going to take to get one. Yeah, if I had my four wheelers still, we could go mudding. With my luck, if I tried that with my truck, I'd get it stuck, and yeah, that'd just be bad. That'd be cool though to be able to get some footage. That was one thing I never did was strap on the camera and when we went wheeling. But yeah, I want to get a drone so that I can get a lot better overhead footage of stuff. I was working on a movie. I was planning on doing a Friday the 13th film. I've kind of scrapped the idea that I had for the script because they've they've kind of beat his uh, childhood to death, so to speak. So I was gonna start from his birth, but really, I don't think anybody'd be interested in that. Lewiston, sorry, but Lewiston is not a pretty uh, depiction of Maine. That's probably the toilet of Maine. Not the only toilet of Maine, but a toilet nonetheless. My brother used to live there, and yeah, just not a good area to live in. Definitely not a good area for raising children. I don't think. And it's unfortunate because places like Lewiston give the state of Maine a bad reputation. Speaking of Lewiston, um, when we had my brother's celebration of life last year, we put on a fireworks show, and I got to give a shout out to cousin Earl Severance. He was totally responsible for all the fireworks, um, and I can't even count how many people uh, came up to me and said that our fireworks display was better than Lewiston, the city of Lewiston, could put on. So I kind of took that as a compliment, even though they were dumping on Lewiston. Went for a guy, LOL, right next to LL Bean. And I'm assuming because you're no longer in Maine, I'm assuming that that went downhill and he wasn't worth living in Lewiston for. This is kind of a neat concept. I just got to come up with better content. I'm trying to hold out for another 3 more minutes. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, Bronwyn. I hope everybody gets to feeling better soon. Yeah, the flu. I've noticed the flu is going around like crazy this year. I'd almost dare to say that it's worse than it has been in quite a few years. I suppose I could show up. I'd like to get Mr. Wiggles because he's adorable, but he's nowhere to be found right now. Mr. Wiggles, kitty, 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 kitty. I would say nothing sucks worse than not being able to breathe out through your nose, but there are things that do suck worse than that. Um, but it does suck to not be able to breathe out your nose. I've been there quite a few times. I've never actually been to Florida myself. I've only been to Tennessee. So I don't want to be rude, and interrupt the live feed, and I'm not going to interrupt the live feed, but I do have to step away long enough to grab another cup of coffee. So I've got no commercial material to put up to entertain you while I'm getting a fresh cup of coffee. Right? I'll figure out eventually how to do that too. Put up like logos and stuff. I've been to Nashville. Uh, I went to go see Monday Night Raw live twice. Um, the first time was with my son Michael. He and I went up, and uh, funny enough, um, real quick story. The first time I took Michael up, uh, I was we got up, we went to Monday Night Raw, and when I walked in, everybody was looking at me in amazement because they all thought that I was Stone Cold Steve Austin. Of course, it probably didn't help the fact that I had all my Stone Cold Steve Austin gear on, including the knee braces and whatnot. But yeah, that was kind of funny. The same thing happened the second time I went. Uh, only the second time I went the second time I went, I took my son Kevin, and we went and handed our tickets to the lady that was looking at tickets and directing people to their seats. And she looked at my ticket and then looked at me and then looked at my ticket and looked back at me and said, "Are you lost?" And I said, "Well, yeah, that's why I need you to help me find my seat." She said, "Well, shouldn't you be out back?" And I said, "If you can get me out back, I'll gladly go." I don't I don't look as much like him as I used to. I've gotten way older, and uh, yeah, I'm not I'm not nearly as much like him as I used to be. But I will take that as a compliment. Thank you, Jen. And also, another Blood Productions Plus plug. Um, I did actually used to be a wrestler, and I impersonated Stone Cold Steve Austin. That was my character's gimmick. Um, my character's name was Stone Clone Kevin Blood. Um, if you're at all interested in any of those videos, I've got a couple of promotional videos for Stone Clone on the Blood Productions Plus YouTube channel. Oh, nothing like pouring Coke into your coffee and onto your desk. Don't hit me. We're live. Ow. You're lucky we're live because I can't swear at you. Mm. Not funny. That hurt, dude. Wait till we go off the air. You're done. Let the whoopings commence. Well, hey, you know what? Since you did that to me, you can get me a fresh coffee and I don't have to leave our viewers. My viewers. They're not your viewers now.
Oh my god.
See, look, you're killing our viewers. Bronwyn said she just died laughing. Oh, that hurt. Is that what? You know, I'm probably going to have to leave this video up now so people can see the abuse. Wasn't even. You were looking straight at me. What are you talking about? You wasn't even looking. I'm going to have to go back and watch that and see how that bounced off the side of my skull. That sucked. She came in quick with that. Oh, she's quicker than a hiccup. See, I'm telling you, Jen's got the right idea. Do slapstick. Only slap another stick because this one hurt.
Oh, my hurt.
Yeah, a buddy of mine and I were talking about doing a kind of like a comedy talk show thing, but unfortunately, he became too unreliable because we could have, because he was also a guitar player and a really kick ass guitar player at that. Which, by the way, you can see a video of a few videos of him and I playing. His nickname is Poncho. Um, that was awesome. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you're not very nice to me, you know. Heck, just bring wifey in. You two are a riot. Yeah, we're funny. It's all fun and games until somebody gets an eye poked out. We used to have this thing that we did. We did it with our older kids. Um, we had this old coffee can, and I cut a slit in the top of it. Poncho, the guitar player. Yes. Um, so anyway, yeah, we had this old coffee can that I cut a slit in the top of it, and anytime somebody said or did something funny, we'd write it down, fold it up, and put it in the can. And we called that the oh shit jar, or the funny shit jar. Sorry. And on New Year's Eve, I know, right? I have another eye. So yeah, on New Year's Eve, we'd open up the oh shit jar, or the funny shit jar rather, and read off the things that we wrote down throughout the year. And we did that for a couple years, and then the kids grew up and moved out, and so that was no longer fun. Is that Booger? Oh, well, I know you don't like to be on camera, but I'd like to interview Booger. Hold on, I'm going to show you guys Booger. It's still there, Fuzzy. This is Booger. Yeah, hi, Booger. Oh, up there. Yeah, hi to everybody. He has thumbs. He doesn't like to be held very much, but he's got thumbs. Love you. He's like, yeah, put me down. There, go see mom. Yeah, he's oh, Billy Floyd. What's up, Billy, my man?
Oh my fucking word.
I heard Mia hit you on the head with something and I missed it. Can we do that again? No, shut up, Billy. Don't don't encourage her violence. That hurt. She smacked me in the side of the head with a Coke bottle. And if you do it again, I don't care if we're live or not. Remember, they're no longer witnesses. They're now an audience. I mean it. That sucked.
Oh, whatever.
Oh, whatever. Let me throw a bottle at you and hit you in the head and see how you like it. So yeah, welcome, Billy. Thanks for stopping by. This is the Kevin and Invisible Mia hour in 8 minutes and 15 seconds and counting. And she already brought the coffee. Yep. We'll see how she did. Yummy. I actually wasn't expecting. Yeah, my head bounced. Yeah, yours would too if you got hit in the head with a 2-liter bottle of Coke. Wave me, huh? Who at least we know that's not gonna smack you in the head. Or we can only hope. See, you need to be on camera. That way they can laugh at both of us, not just you abusing me from afar. No. Yeah, trust me, Billy. It didn't feel good. I mean, luckily it was empty. If it would have been full, that would have sucked even more. That would have been like hitting me in the head with a brick. If you don't want to be on the show, actually, if you're kind of on the show, you're just off screen. Kevin, you look like a big, strong guy, and I'm sure she owes you one or two. Well, I used to be strong. I'm still big, but I owe her more than she owes me. Believe me. See, she even says I look like Stone Cold. In or out, Mia? Pick one. And Walter White out. Sorry, Billy. I'm a little lame. I don't know who Walter White is. Unless you're talking about Walter from Jeff Dunham. You sound like him too. I used to practice that, but I've been out of the loop for a while. Oh, Breaking Bad. You know, you could have just told me that. You didn't have to type it. How many plaid shirts do you have?
Breaking Bad.
I think this is the only. Is this? I've got. Oh no, I got this and that blue fuzzy one that I always get zapped with the static. So yeah, I think two. Yeah, I wasn't really into watching Breaking Bad. Sorry, I suck. I'm not really. I'm kind of lame. I watch stuff like Knight Rider and Voltron, and well, used to watch Voltron. I don't watch it anymore. Yeah, she's invisible, all right. Till I grab that webcam and turn it around on her and say, "Oh, there she is." Stop bringing me into this. Kind of hard not to bring you into it. You're kind of here. I wasn't really. I did watch the legendary Defender version of it. I really wasn't. I like the original. I'm an original kind of guy. Uh, you're totally here, Mia. You should pop on and say hello. Look at that. My audience wants to see your beautifulness and want to hear you say hello. Oh, come on. You'll get more comfortable. You know what? I suck being in front of a camera, but I've kind of grown used to it. Of course, I'm speaking with people that are familiar, that I'm familiar with. So, Mia, dance for us, Mia. Go, Mia. Go, Mia. It's not your birthday. It's not your birthday. Hey, sexy Mia. See, Jen's got a clue.
I need to see your grin.
Those aren't Grinch. That's Oscar the Grouch and Elmo.
The Grouch.
That's Oscar the Grouch.
Ho, ho, ho.
But they're not Grinch. You said Grinch. Oh, Grouch. My bad. Dance the dance of your people. She just did. Right now, the dance of our people is step out onto the ice, slip, trip, fall, and see how many times your feet wobble around like Scooby Doo. So, Billy, real quick, I have a question for you. Do you remember the Voltron with cars? That was intoxicating. I got to remember there's a delay.
I like that.
Yeah, that's Booger. Zoe's over there in her bed. And I failed to mention so far during the um, I got a message on Facebook this morning from El Commodore. Yes, Billy, the vehicle Voltron. You remember that one too, right? So I got a message today. I wasn't at my computer when it happened, but I got a message from El Commodore wishing me a happy belated birthday. He even tried video calling me, which was completely a shocker to me because he doesn't usually message me on Facebook. Um, so I ended up trying to video call him back. I think he shut off the camera because he didn't want to look at my ugly mug, which I don't blame him. But yeah, we had a short little conversation, and I was uh, quite charmed that he thought to message me and wish me a happy birthday. Um, Especially where he doesn't usually message me. I thought that was very cool. So big shout out to you, Jay. Thanks, man. And he did contact me on my birthday to check and see how my day was going. I'd had a I had a rough day at that point, so really wasn't feeling very festive, if you know what I mean. Um, LVL. Oh, nice and really. I'm getting confused. Oh, sweet. Okay, so you guys have seen Booger. Now, now Mia's got. That is nice. You are here. Not sure. I'm gonna fight you if you keep beating yourself up. I'm so confused. So this is Mr. Wiggles. He has thumbs too. He's like, put me down. But I love you. And you're on the interwebs. You're gonna be world famous. So yeah, that was Mr. Wiggles. Of course, it was a rough one, if I remember. Can't hear you. Okay, the one I. Oh, okay. Sorry, I'm trying to read down through the comments. I'm hearing, or I'm seeing. Yeah, man, that's awesome. Can't hear you. It was a rough one, if I remember. Yeah, it was a rough day. Never mind. Sound came back. Okay. Which fluffy one is that? That was Mr. Wiggles. Mr. Bigglesworth. Yeah, we call him Mr. Wiggles because he never stays still. He's always on the go unless he's sleeping, which doesn't seem to he doesn't seem to do that very much. You have the whole show right there, Kevin. The cats, Mia hitting you, and just yourself. Yeah, I that's gonna leave a mark. Don't you even type. Wah. I'll hit you with a coffee cup. And we'll see how many laughs we get out of that. Ah. I'm actually shocked that I've lasted an hour and 19 minutes on here and actually got. Let me know what you read this. We're gonna rest the lag. Gonna rest the lag. Is that some new kind of IT lingo that I haven't been taught yet? Let me know what you read this. We're gonna rest the lag. So, Bronwyn, are you saying that you're going to bed, or are you asking me if I'm going to bed? Because there was a question mark there, so that kind of seemed like a question. Oh wow. Test. Asking if, asking if that's what Billy was saying. Oh, he's gonna test the lag. Okay. 49. Yeah, there is quite the lag on YouTube. I noticed that when we're streaming our graduations live, uh, there's quite the lag there. That's why I have to make sure that everything I'm doing, I'm not hearing the actual feed that we're getting because that throw me all off. Don't feel bad, Bronwyn. I had a blonde moment too. I don't think the lag for me is quite that far behind. Um, like I'm watching this feed on a different screen, and it throws me off when I hear the. I see you, Mia. I'm watching you, woman. Pass off. Don't hit me with that bottle again. Yeah, there. It's not a 49-second delay for me, but the uh, the lag that there is for the audio throws me off. Put down the bottle and step away from your husband. Wow. Well, when I do have hair, Bronwyn, it is blonde. Well, it's probably going white now. Even Mr. Wiggles doesn't know. I don't trust you. The minute I look away, you go, gunk.
No.
You see how many laughs I can get out of this one? Gunk. I've been with you for 17 years. You can't bullshit me, woman.
I seriously did not.
She has. I see you, Mia. She has the bottle, and then smiley faces.
I didn't mean to hit you in the head. I really didn't.
Yeah, well, the next time you will mean to, and it'll suck even more.
I
So
wasn't looking, and it just went there.
yeah, I can see you up the side there.
There, the bottle's away. No PTSD.
Okay. Billy, you're no help. He likes to see me get abused.
No, he'll cry. I
He,
don't want to hear him cry. Wow, baby.
we'll see who's crying here in a second. Oh, that's right. At least one. Wind it up, she says. All right, give the viewers what they want. Hit me in the head with the bottle one more time.
Oh my god.
Just don't hit me in the temple again, okay? That sucked.
Without looking.
No, don't throw it.
That's what I did before. It's
Yeah,
a
no,
replay.
no, we don't want.
We have to. It's a replay.
If they want to replay, they can rewind the video. And you sucked that time. See, you pissed away that opportunity. He says, "Aw, make it count." Wow, take one for Billy. Billy says, "I'll laugh." Oh, not true. Not in head. I like to see strong female characters express themselves. So do I, just not against me.
Combat. Word.
I know that a Coke bottle is a lot softer than a steel chair, but I'm also not 20 years younger. Roll your eyes at me. I'm surprised for as much as you roll your eyes at me that you aren't looking into your brain yet. That was it, Mia. Yeah, see, this is her weapon of choice. 2-liter Coke bottle right there. Now that looks backwards to me, but straight. So, yeah, it's backwards to me, but straight to the audience. Just like Billy and Jay did that night that Facebook pooped out on everybody. Oh, was it Wednesday? I'm glad that didn't happen on a Friday night. That was your one. That's right. That was your one chance. Why did I set that button? Don't throw that at me again. I will sass you live on YouTube. Headed to bed. All right, Billy. Well, hey man, thanks for stopping by and checking this out. I know that I haven't been really super exciting. Um, I'm just trying to work out all the technical kinks with how to do this, and I've figured out the best way to do it. So, um, minus my poor lighting, uh, as I go further into this, I mean, I've got a 3-point lighting system, but that's a huge setup to try to set up for this. So, good night, Billy. Uh, I'm sure that you saw that, and if you didn't, well, you can catch that on the replay. Um, I got your content. OTWB. Kinks are out. I got your content. Something tells me that was, I don't know, kind of hard to tell with Billy what that. I don't. I'm not up on the internet lingo what the OTW comma B is. Uh, Screw you. That bottle's gone now. There, hit me with that bottle again. All right, so of course, my dude, you look and sound great. Mia is a lucky woman. Yeah, that's it. She's lucky, all right. Well, again, thanks for stopping by, Billy. It was awesome seeing you show up in the feed. And I don't know how often I'll go live, but like I said, this was just a test to see what I could pull off and make sure that I could actually go live. So now that I've proven that I can, now I'm just randomly flapping my gums, I guess. He's sending me something that is on the way. Hmm. I did. Most days, yes. OTW on the way. Oh, I got your content on the way. Oh, he was talking to. All right, I'm caught up now. He's providing. He's providing B with content. Nude. Oh, nudie pics of who? Billy? Huh? Yes, sir. Have a good night. Be safe. I'm always safe, brother. You have yourself a good evening and enjoy the remainder of your weekend. Oh, and happy St. Patrick's Day to you. Okay, we're down to the 4 viewers. That's you, me, Bronwyn, and Jen. Hmm? No, Luke and Leia. Oh, nude pics of Luke and Leia. The dogs.
He asked your question.
Is it cold there? It's getting colder.
Been in the 40s. Woo!
Yeah, I think it made it up to like 40 today. Um, but then we had like 500-mile-an-hour winds that didn't make it feel like it was 40 degrees. Um, and now I think we're down to about 20, if not lower than that right now. But that's good because The warmer temperatures in the day melt the snow. The colder temperatures at night freezes the ground, so it's not like a fast thaw. And hopefully that'll keep up, and we'll get a slow thaw. That way we don't flood. We're known for floods, especially our basement. Our basement's horrible. Oh boy, my Florida blood doesn't do well in cold. With the exception of the 2 years that we lived in Tennessee, I've lived in Maine my whole life, and no part of my body, blood included, is good with the cold weather. But I love the land in which we are placed. So uh, the chances of me ever moving again are probably pretty slim. Shortly after we moved in here, I told our landlord, I said, the only way I'm leaving this property is in a body bag. So, where exactly are you located, Jen? You've only seen snow once. Well, um, oh, that's right, because it doesn't snow in Florida at all, does it? I will take I will take the breathing in the air that hurts my lungs because it's so cold, and I'll take the air that hurts my face, and I'll take all the snow over the hurricanes and tornadoes and poisonous snakes and bugs and stuff like that any day outside of Pittsburgh. I had a feeling I think I've heard you say before you were in Pennsylvania. I've been through Pennsylvania a couple times. See, I've been through New York. That wasn't a pleasant experience. Uh, Went through, I could spend an hour just telling stories of stuff that I've done throughout my life. Wouldn't be an exciting story, but it'd be a story nonetheless. Story time. um, Hate the heat here. Can deal with the hurricanes. Yeah, no, I'm all set with hurricanes and tornadoes. When we lived in Tennessee, we lived right in Tornado Alley, and luckily we didn't get hit by any where we were living. But a tornado touched down right in my mother's backyard, and she lived, I don't know, I don't know how far she lived away from us, like 5 or 6 miles. Um, but no, I drove through New York City with a 24-foot moving truck with a flatbed trailer that had, was it the van?
No, the Jeep.
No, it was the Jeep full of our cats. Uh, I had 7 cats in the Jeep, uh, being hauled on a flatbed trailer. It was just me and my son Michael. Um, Somehow I ended up out on a parkway with the moving truck. And quick funny story: we're going along and had these. Uh, what's the politically correct way? Because I'm not politically correct. Uh, they appeared to be folks from India riding in an old white Ford pickup like Uncle Jesse on the Dukes of Hazzard used to drive. Pulled up beside me while we're driving, and I could see him pointing and running his mouth. So I rolled down my window, and the guy in the passenger seat was like, "You can't have that truck out here. This is a parkway. This is only for cars." Yeah, Indian. Well, I didn't want anybody to be mistaken between the Indians from India and Indians, Native Americans. So, like I said, I'm not politically correct. I'm working on that though. So, Middle Eastern. Okay. So we'll go with that. Um, So yeah, they pull up beside me. Like, you can't have that truck out here. That's too big for the parkway. And I'm like, we're driving down the highway, and I looked at him. I said, "Well, what do you want me to do? Turn around?" He's like, "What? You can't have that truck out here." And I was like, "Sorry, man. I'm out here now. I don't know what to do. I've never been in New York." So, words to the wise: don't ever listen to a tom tom when it's telling you the fastest way to get from Tennessee to Maine, because it will take you straight through New York City during rush hour if you're at that time of day. So, anyway, we're going along, and my son looks over at me and he says, "Hey, Dad." I said, "Yeah, what?" He says, "I think we got a problem." I said, "What do you mean?" He says, "Look ahead." So I'm looking and I see this overpass. He goes, "Yeah, that overpass says," I can't remember what it was. It was like 12 feet or something like that. And I looked at the writing on the back of the box on the truck, and it was just like 2 inches over what it said on the side of the truck was like 2 inches higher than what that bridge said. So, needless to say, in a panic, I locked up the brakes, and the whole truck just shook. And the poor cats in the back, I can only imagine what they were thinking. But we come to a stop, and so I'm coming up to the overpass, and I just creep up to it, and I stick my head out the window, and I'm looking, and I'm waiting for the truck to rub. And I had just, I mean, I I might have had an inch, if that, clearance. And once I realized the truck wasn't going to touch it, I hit the gas and off we went. And finally figured out a way to get off the parkway and back onto the interstate where we were supposed to be. So that was a semi long story, cut a little shorter than what it actually was, but you get the point. Yeah, and it definitely was scary. That I all I could picture in my head was a bunch of New York cop cars chasing me down and then yanking me out of the truck and clubbing me. Yeah, almost lost my top. And for anybody that is ever thinking about moving a long distance, if you're looking for a good moving truck company, I strongly and highly recommend Penske. Unfortunately, they're not one of my sponsors. Of course, I don't have a sponsor yet, but uh, I would love to have them sponsor me because I will sing their praises. That is an awesome moving vehicle company. They're very understanding. When we moved to Tennessee, um, Mia went down ahead of us, and I had the two kids, and I ended up catching influenza while we were packing the house into the truck. So I ended up getting grounded for 3 days by the doctors, telling me I couldn't drive or anything. So I had to call up the Penske company and explain to them what was going on, and they gave me the truck for another week with no charge. And they said, "We hope you feel better soon." So yeah, they were phenomenal. I even I had a little accident, and I think it was Virginia. It might have been. I don't think it was West Virginia. I think it was just Virginia, Virginia. I stopped to get fuel, and ended up backing the truck. How did that work? I didn't back into the pump. I thought I backed the truck into the pumps, but I didn't back. I didn't back into the pumps. The trailer hit the the cement pedestal that the pumps were sitting on. It blew out the tire of the trailer, and I thought I had hit the pumps and was waiting to see fuel spraying everywhere. But luckily, all that happened was messed up the rim. Uh, Contacted Penske. They contacted somebody local, and they came out with a truck. The guy changed my tire. It took longer for him to get there than it did for him to change the tire, and he beat the tire off the rim with a hammer, a sledgehammer. He did it all right there on the side of the road. It was insane. It was crazy. Um, but it took him like 5 minutes to beat that tire off the rim, straighten the rim out, put the new tire on the rim, and inflate it. Boom. And I was on my way within 10 minutes tops. So, well, all right. I've been on here for an hour and 40 minutes. Way longer than I expected to. I was expecting this to be like a 10-minute. How do you do? No, Bronwyn, they weren't playing around. This guy knew what he was doing. I used to work at Sears. I used to deal with tires and batteries and all that. And it took me longer to change out a tire with the proper tire dismounting equipment and everything. It took me longer than it did him. And he all he had was a sledgehammer. It was insane. So, like I was saying, I've been here for an hour and 41 minutes. I'm running out of stuff to yap about. It's 10 minutes to 2 in the morning, and I feel like I'm kind of being boring. So, I should probably get off the internet and go do something else. Um, not quite sure what yet. I'm not tired. I've had too much coffee. I think Mia's about ready to tap out and hit the sack. Ran into a telephone pole using my GPS. Oh, well, hopefully you didn't get injured. So, all right. Well, I'm going to get off of here. I want to thank you, Jen and Bronwyn. Um, well, good. I'm glad you didn't get injured, Bronwyn. The pride. Well, you'll get over that. um, so yeah, I want to thank you guys for hanging out here with me for an hour and a half. Our cats are running amok here. Um, so yeah, I'll figure out stuff to do, and I don't know, maybe we'll do it again just like I did tonight. Just see what happens. So have a good evening, ladies. Again, thank you very much for joining us. And Mia's waving goodbye, and we'll see what the future brings. So again, thank you, and talk to you again soon. Now, how do I stop this thing? Oh, I bet if I click on where it says end stream. Did that work? I'm still seeing myself on YouTube. Okay. All right. We'll do this again. Good night, everybody. Thanks for watching.